called them the greatest generation any society has ever produced. They were the ones who answered their nation's call to duty, leaving everything they knew behind without question or complaint. Brokaw wrote, "At a time in their lives when their days and nights should have been filled with innocent adventure, love, and the lessons of the workday world, they were fighting in the most primitive conditions possible, across the bloodied landscape of France, Belgium, Italy, Austria, and the Coral Islands of the Pacific. They defended our freedom and our justice and asked for nothing in return, just came home and started rebuilding their lives and the nation we live in today."
Every one of us knows a veteran of World War II. We know them for their toughness, their stoicism, their quiet modesty. They are our parents, our grandparents, our neighbors. But it's easy to forget the burden they shouldered all those years ago. It's easy to forget that many still carry a burden today in painful memories that followed them home from the war. We have the opportunity to honor their sacrifices. World War II ended in 1945, but it wasn't until 2004, nearly 6 decades later, that a memorial was dedicated in Washington, D.C. to the 16 million who served in the armed forces during that war. Most surviving veterans are now well into their 80s, and health and finances stand in the way of the long trip to our nation's capital and their World War II memorial. My Grand Masters Project will raise money to send as many World War II veterans as we can to see their memorial in Washington, D.C. Together, we can give them the chance to say goodbye to their fallen friends and help them come to terms with an important part of their lives. We can make sure that at last they see how grateful we are as a nation.
Happy thing in my life. This is the best. This is the best.
We never talked about it too much. I was trying to get back into civilian life, and it's pretty hard for an old hard-headed Marine to get back into civilian life.
When the veterans come together and they start to share their stories with each other, it seems to put it also at I guess there's a common ground that even though they may not have been in the same battles or the same areas, they've gone through a very difficult time in their lives. If you've been through an experience and have someone to share that with, it just means a lot to be able to do that.
I had my 25th birthday on Iwo Jima. All of a sudden, all the guns stopped firing, even the battleships. Everybody stopped firing. And here comes this platoon, or I guess about 20 men, walking right past our guns. He's going up Mount Suribachi. He's going up to put the flag up. Man, you could see it for miles. And everybody on the island could start yelling and screaming that. And the tears and crying, everything.
I remember on one of the flights coming home, one of the veterans did say that this was such a revealing experience for him and put things in perspective and put things to rest. And even though he was in his late 80s, he said, "I think I can now get on with my life."
To tell you, all these years, I felt part of me was back there on those islands, I couldn't get over it. And that brings, every time I see the show, I can think maybe one of those could have been me. I could see covered with a blanket or something. That could have been me, but it wasn't. And I made it back safe. But I feel it's still back there. That's for me.
It is estimated that 1,000 World War II veterans die every day in the United States. The large majority of these men and women will never see the World War II memorial. There are hundreds of veterans in California hoping for the chance to pay their respects and see the memorial just once in their lives. They need our help to get there. Together, we can show them that their service has not been forgotten.
As we pursue this project, let us not forget that our freedom came with a price. Let us honor and remember those men and women that paid that price. William George Nagel, a Chief Petty Officer, the United States Navy. A brother Master Mason, my dad. I wish to dedicate this year to him, to my father-in-law Raymond Johansson, who also served in the Navy during World War II, and the thousands of veterans who gave of their service, and for many, the ultimate sacrifice with their lives, that you and I and all American citizens can be free and can live in this world in peace. It is truly a grand and glorious day to be a Mason. But even more, it is a grand and glorious day to be an American. Thank you, and God bless our gentle craft, and God bless this great country of ours.